So I had to take a very short hiatus. I had some family stuff that came up. So I thought that when I came back, there would be some, very meaty, great camera news to just dive into. And I gotta admit, when I came back, there was absolutely nothing. It's terrible camera news. There's really not that much to go into. But I have a new mic, I have a new lens. I thought I'd come out to the park and I would go over the little bit of terrible camera news that we do have. So first off, coming from Canon rumors, we have a CR1, which means, it's pretty much speculation. There may be an RF RX100 camera coming out next year. So, who cares? To be honest, I'm gonna drop the specs over here that they completely just guessed on like all the rest of us. You're a Canon news site pretty much for the nerdiest of nerdy people who are gonna be looking at cameras, and you think that we wanna hear a possibility about a CR1, that there's maybe a $500 Walmart APS-C camera coming? That's not very interesting news. Just like this video, it's not very interesting. Move on, let's go to the next one. Next up, we have some confusing stories coming out of Sony Alpha rumors. Apparently, they say there's gonna be a new ZV-E10, a new APS-C camera, and they start off with the one story saying, of course, it's gonna have a stacked APS-C sensor. Like Sony's just been throwing around stacked sensors for like the last 5 years. They've had like 3 stacked sensors in all of their cameras. Or was it 4? I don't know, you can count it up, but it's not a lot. But what makes that story even more confusing is later they come out with a rumor saying that it's not gonna be a high-end APS-C camera, that it's gonna be capable, but it's not gonna be high-end. It's like a mid-tier one. You're not gonna put a stacked sensor into like a mid-tier camera, or Sony has never done that before, not that I'm aware of. Are you aware of? Drop in the comment section below and let me know. Oh. What's going on back there? I might have caught a Bigfoot. Oh no, it's a deer. Y'all see that? Can I suck this? The one interesting thing that's gonna happen in this video, I'm not gonna catch because I have this short angle lens on. Oh. Moving right along, because like I said, none of these are really groundbreaking information. I'm just hoping if I compile enough of these terrible stories that maybe it will make an okay video. Next up, also coming from Sony Alpha rumors, apparently the Nikon Z9 was found out to be using a Sony sensor, which is nothing surprising here really. It doesn't mean that Sony completely developed the camera just because they made the sensor. Nikon has their own CPUs and they put their own software and do their own color science and all that jazz. So it's not like it's a Sony camera just because it uses a Sony sensor. But besides the fact, what kind of made me laugh, and I guess I kind of feel bad even talking about it because he did redact this, but I already had the joke written before he did. So I'm just gonna say it here anyways. And we all have a bad day. He's a Sony fanboy. I'm sure this is a bad day on my YouTube channel. He essentially said Nikon can't do anything without Sony, and I'm sure that Sony's gonna come out with something to completely crush Nikon anytime now. But look, I'm just gonna give you like 3 reasons that Sony is never gonna just completely crush the competition, even if they probably can with their resources. I could probably just like put sidebars here and make this a short, but essentially, 1, they make a ridiculous amount of money off of their Sony Venice cameras. Why would they ever bite in to their market with their Sony Venice cameras when they make so much? 2nd, they make a ridiculous amount off of their sensors. Why would you completely crush the competition like Nikon when you're selling them sensors? You don't have to promote a camera. You don't have to do any R&D for the camera. You just have to sell them a sensor and you make a profit. Why would you go crush the competition that you're selling sensors for? Number 3 is that number 1 and 2 is good enough reason that Sony is not going to crush the competition. Best case scenario, Sony's going to fly down from heaven, give us a glimpse of God's vagina, we're going to collectively jizz on each other, and then they're going to leave for 3 years and give us blue balls. Whew, if that last joke makes it into the edit. But really, there's just no incentive for Sony completely to knock out any of the competition. They make too much money from the competition. But speaking of competition, this dark sky is starting to become the competition of this camera. So I think that's it. Let me see. Where's 12,800? Oh, wow, it's so beautiful. But that's pretty much it. That's the video. There really was no good camera news while I was gone. Hopefully you still enjoyed this video, but I'm running out of daylight. I gotta go home, I'm hungry. It's like 8 o'clock at night. My wife is gonna be mad at me. This video's done. Like it if you can. If you did, hit the thumbs up. If you don't, just don't unsubscribe.